Never.
Have I ever broken a promise to you?
Never.
100%. You will be playing in this thing next year.
You were a social member. Well, you've got to get Beamer.
100%.
You've got to get Beamer back out there too.
He wasn't out there either?
No.
Unacceptable.
What is going on?
Unacceptable.
What are we doing? How
Unacceptable.
How are Beam and Timmy Hall not playing out there at the Memorial?
You're right. It is.
Unacceptable.
It is. Unacceptable.
I'm going to get to the bottom of that. You know what, Bodie? Host the rest of the show. I got people to yell at out there. On campus, coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch for an accident on the right shoulder of southbound 315 at 3rd Avenue, causing a 10-minute slowdown and stop-and-go traffic from Ackerman Road. And there's a 15-minute delay on westbound 670 between Leonard Avenue and Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Ohio Association of County Behavioral Health Authorities. Sometimes life can be overwhelming. Crisis Text Line can help. If you are struggling and feel like you can't talk to anyone about it, text 4HOPE to 741-741. Free confidential support. Crisis Text Line. Text 4HOPE to 741-741 now. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Good morning, everyone.
Watch NBC4 today at 6 a.m. and you could win a $10,000 trip to Paris. Spot the keyword at 6 a.m. and enter to win. The NBC4 Today Bon Voyage giveaway, sponsored by Reynolds Travel. This week at 6 a.m.
This is the sound of a well-tuned air conditioner ready for summer. This is the sound of an air conditioner that was not tuned up by Apex Pros.
Excuse me, I represent the Don't Make Stuff Up on the Radio Association.
I'm kind of doing something here.
That sound of a not tuned up air conditioner?
Oh, you mean this?
You made that up.
Well, it's a dramatization. See, most air conditioner troubles can be prevented with a simple tune-up before summer by Apex Pros. The pros who knows.
And that.
The pros who knows.
You can't say sentences like that.
Hey, look, it's just our cute way of saying
that cute bear. Does a bear tune up my AC?
What? No, it's people. I mean, a person, a guy, maybe a gal.
Making stuff up.
An Apex tune-up helps your AC last longer, lowers your energy bills, and prevents this.
You did it again.
Man, you're a real hothead. Sit under this air conditioning.
What air conditioning? I don't hear any...
See? Schedule a tune-up at ApexPros.com.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear. No doubt about it, Columbus loves Apex Pros. ApexPros.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo here. You planning that summer vacation? Skip the long lines in the crowded cities. Get away in an RV from my friends at RCD RV. Summer nights will soon be calling, and RCD RV is here to take your camping experience to the next level. They provide the best brands, the best service, awesome after-sales support. They are family-owned and operated in Central Ohio for over 50 years. You will feel it the second you walk on one of their lots. Over 650 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Good morning, everyone.
Watch NBC4 today at 6 a.m. and you could win a $10,000 trip to Paris. Spot the keyword at 6 a.m. and enter to win. The NBC4 Today Bon Voyage giveaway, sponsored by Reynolds Travel. This week at 6 a.m.
Rockman and Ice.
I think with the retirement thing, how real can it be if you're asking for a long-term deal or to be traded first? He clearly wants to still play football.
Rockman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Fellas, if you've been feeling tired and grumpy, have noticed lack of motivation and drive, you may have low T. Low testosterone levels can cause weight gain, loss of muscle mass, and so much more. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels tested. They make it quick and easy to get your levels checked, and it's only $25. And with their on-site lab, you'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. Most insurance is accepted for treatment. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Take a long lunch break and catch leg 2 of the Euro Soccer League semifinals with hand-stretched flatbreads and 29-degree draft beer. Which clubs do you have heading to the championship next month? Visit TwinPeaksRestaurant.com.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Is foot pain keeping you from living life to its fullest? Life is too short to be dealing with foot, knee, or back pain. Come into the Good Feet store and learn how the Good Feet heart support system can help you get pain-free. Call 880-9255 or go to goodfeet.com to make an appointment.
Hey, Mother's Day is around the corner. It's Bobby Carpenter. I want to make my mom feel special. I want to make my wife feel special. And I'm going to do that with the help of, you guessed it, Bob Evans. They help your family feel loved. They take the stress off of mom's plate with the Mother's Day brunch bundle. It's the hot cakes or the French toast, kiss with that fresh strawberry topping, or the Mother's Day breakfast bundle. It's that signature sauces and gravy you all love. Or just get the gift cards and make it easy for mom for dine-in or carry-out. Check them out at bobevans.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Highly medicated, barely educated. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Wednesday.
Oh, we're having fun here now.
We're pouring gasoline around the radio station today. I'll tell you what.
Well, between the fact that we started off the show by saying, we got Bo Bishop saying he wants to come in and he wants to do a show with us where we just light everybody that used to work here on fire who was a dumbass. And
I can't wait for some people that still work here on fire.
Well, we just found out they have a media game. Yes. Welcome to golf.
Media round.
A media round at the Memorial, which, by the way, this is not on the Memorial. This is not on
nothing to do with
Muirfield. They are great out there. They treat us awesome every time we go out there. No problems with them.
They give every single one of their media entities a certain amount of slots to come play on Media Day.
It's a beautiful thing. A wonderful privilege.
So it's not them excluding guys like Timmy Hall and Brandon Beam, who live for this stuff.
And by the way, who are on the air members of the media who this is supposed to be for. What it has ended up being, apparently, is all the brass here, all the suits upstairs are taking up spots that should be going to the on-air guys.
Because they want to play.
Well, I bet they do. But guess what? They get to play, 50, 60 times a year while they're out there working, getting new clients for the radio station. That's one of the perks of being a sales guy is you get to play lots of golf courses all over Columbus.
I've taken care of it.
You have?
It's all done.
What happened?
Yes. I'm just saying, I went out there, had a nice conversation with someone.
Oh.
It's all taken care of.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all done. Timmy, Beamer, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
I didn't, honest to God, I had no idea when we brought this up. I thought Timmy had gone and played.
I wish I knew about it.
I presumed he was just there. He was off yesterday. I figured I saw people at the media round.
Because now we have to wait a whole year to put this into practice, but it's been done.
Really?
Finished.
Good.
There's a pile of bodies right outside there in the lobby. Please make sure to step over them as we go to our cars later.
Again, that's a perk of being like an on-air host. That's what you get to do. That's one of the few. Again, there's lots of perks to doing our jobs. I'm not saying it's bad. But in the case of Brandon Beam's getting up at 4 a.m. to get in here to do his show, that's, this is something that he would probably really like to do.
Beamer's got to get up early and deal with Bobby every single day. If there's not some hazard pay that should go along with that, I don't know what happens.
And then, Timmy deals with us all the time. Timmy's doing all this other stuff.
You're still talking about this?
It's taken care of.
Timmy.
What did you do?
Fixed. It's fixed. You'll have no problem playing next year.
Listen.
You'll have no problem.
If sound vibrations can remove paint from walls, he hit them in the last commercial break out there.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. And so now that's done.
You and Beamer, I wouldn't be surprised if they named it after you. The honorary media round with Timmy Hall and Brandon Beam.
Look, Anthony damn near wins that thing every year.
Anthony should be there. That's fine.
Rothman is
Rothman's a huge golf guy. He lives for this. He's on the air.
And he's been a TV guy and a radio guy for 2 decades.
I was just going to say, Timmy, he is media royalty in this town. He absolutely should be out there.
Guys like Dom and Rothman, they should be there. You should also be there.
We found out, Timmy.
I do host the Buckeye show.
Timmy, we found out some of the brass was taking your spots. So that will no longer be a problem.
Well, Dom did tell me yesterday that he would get me in there, and I told him, don't worry about it.
It's not a Dom.
I don't want you doing that.
Dom shouldn't have to. That's 10 TV. They've got their own people doing that. We get ours.
I know, but
we're making sure our on-air guys get taken care of.
He did tell me that because I was hanging out with him on the range, because I went up there and just did they had like a little program at the beginning of the day, and Victor Hovland was on hand too.
Victor Hovland was there,
defending champ.
Yeah.
Timmy, I would have given you like so many of my metal T-shirts if I'd have known. Oh my gosh!
I forgot about his infatuation with metal music.
Metal.
Yeah.
When Dom told you he'd take care of it, did he take care of it, or did I take care of it?
I told Dom not to take care of it. I specifically told him, "Don't do anything.
Can I
don't care that much.
It's done.
Don't.
It's done.
Okay.
There's blood on the walls.
Obviously, I would like to play at Muirfield one time a year. Who the hell wouldn't? Who's a golf person?
It's done.
Okay.
It's finished.
All right. It's
finished.
You're the common man. And you know people.
I may have Scotty Vegas as your caddy next year. On campus.
Common Man and T-Bones. On campus. The latest college sports news and notes.
Sponsored by Reverse Aesthetics. Don't let your dad bod hold you back anymore. Schedule your medical weight loss consult today.
Boner. Well, man, how about the curious transfer story of one Sam Heward? You might know that last name because maybe you've heard of Brock Heward. Yes. Brock Heward is his uncle. Damon Heward is his dad. Both of those guys played at Washington as quarterbacks. Now, Sam Heward also played at Washington for 2 years where he was a backup. He was a former 5-star recruit. All right? Now, the news comes out that he is going to be transferring to Utah. But he's not transferring to Utah from UW. No. Last year, he transferred out of Washington to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Oh, nice.
Which, if you're saying, I don't recall them as a Division I FBS school, that is correct. They are an FCS school. So he went there where I believe he threw 180, I don't believe, I know it, 185, 304 passes, 2,200 yards, 18 touchdowns, 10 picks. The Mustangs, as they're known, went 3-8 under his tutelage, under his guidance. However, offensive coordinator at the time for this team was Brock Heward, him too, Sam Heward's high school coach, Sheldon Cross. So that's partially why he decided to go there. He had a year of that and said, enough's enough, back to Division I for me. Now he will be fighting for the backup job at Utah, where Cam Rising is still there as their quarterback. He will be competing with Brandon Rose and Isaac Wilson for that backup job. So Cam Rising, you might remember, has had had his knee injury that kept him out all of last year. In either case, he gets to hopefully for him come back this year. So I just found that interesting that Sam Heward has transferred all those different places. Let's talk about basketball and one of our favorite people. That would be Rick Pitino. We love him. He's great.
You love him.
St. John's coach has landed a couple of pretty decent transfers. First of all, he got a transfer from Utah, from the basketball program, obviously. Point guard Devian Smith has transferred in. He is now going to be an option for them, who was 6th in the country with 7.1 assists per game last season. That's pretty good. He's a fifth-year senior. He averaged 13 points and 6 rebounds to go along with those 7 assists. Pretty good college numbers, I would say. He also had 5 triple-doubles, most during a single season in NCAA history, most ever by any Pac-12 player. What is the Pac-12, you ask? I don't remember, I'm saying, because that's a conference that's over now, apparently. Anyway, he's only 6 foot tall, but Rick Pitino said that's a guy they want on their team. He also got another transfer in from Seton Hall. Kaderi Richmond also transferred in, a guy who was the number 1 player in the transfer portal. So Rick Pitino getting some guys up there at St. John's. We'll see if it works out.
All right, coming up next, I don't understand things that I thought that I understood, and Sasquatch had a bad day. We'll talk about that next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
There's a 20-minute slowdown due to an accident blocking the left lane on eastbound 670 after International Gateway, and a 15-minute delay due to some stop-and-go traffic on northbound 71 on the north side between I-70 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Offer ends 6/1. Visit staples.com/print for details. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Have you heard? Skyline now has nachos with a layer of queso blanco under that amazing Skyline chili and cheese. Try them straight up or get the deluxe nachos with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and sour cream at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
Have you seen the redesigns of the new Honda lineup? They're outstanding. Hey, it's Anthony here for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. How does leasing a new 2024 Civic LX sedan for $279 a month sound? How about pre-owned rates from 1.99% on certified vehicles? Accords, HRVs, CRVs, and even more savings if you're a current Honda owner or you lease. You've got to go to Germain Honda of Dublin. It's fun, it's quick, it's easy, and it's on Sawmill Road just south of 270.
Now that spring is here, it's a great time to get your roof inspected to see how it made it through the winter. Call Schottenstein Roofing at 614-321-8888 or go to schottensteinroofing.com to find out about their interest-free finance options. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Hi, I'm Janice. I'm a coach at Awaken 180 Weight Loss. One of my most successful clients, not only in weight loss, but in attitude, came to us with stern doctor's orders that if he didn't do something, he would be dead within 5 years. He did not initially even want to have the conversation, but he signed up for the program. By the second week on the program, he was thanking me, thanking the program. He could not believe how much better he felt. Within 8 weeks, he was down 55 pounds. He was a true transformation of body, but definitely of mind. And of course, he feels amazing.
Hey, it's Austin Ward with a reminder that losing weight with Awaken 180 isn't about the number on the scale. It's about how that number spearheads endless successes. Bring your goals to Awaken 180. Then celebrate when you check off each and every one of them. Call 844-346-1800 or go online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Cleveland Guardians with a come from behind 5-4 win in 10 innings over Detroit today. Brian Rocchio with a game-winning base hit in the 10th. Cincinnati Reds try and snap a 6-game losing streak when they continue their home series tonight with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Columbus Clippers lost at Iowa today 9-8. Just one NBA playoff game tonight. Indiana and New York in Game 2 of their Eastern semis. Knicks won the opener. Cleveland Cavaliers will play Game 2 of their series tomorrow at Boston. Cavs dropped the opener to the Celtics last night. On the ice, NHL playoffs, Boston at Florida in Game 2 tonight. Bruins won the opener, and it's Game 1 of the Western semis, Edmonton at Vancouver. This update brought to you by BMI Federal Credit Union. They've been voted best credit union 6 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit bmifcu.org in order to learn more. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Did you feel that? It's your radio getting fatter. Getting fatter.
Chubby time!
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
All right. Happy Wednesday. It is Wildcard Wednesday. Now, here's a wild card for you. This is just from me to you. So I was reading this story today on phys.org.
I love it.
phys.org. It's a science physics website.
Sorry. I thought we were talking about Faygo and like the stuff that makes sody pop.
No.
Fizzy. No. I didn't know it was actually like the first part of physics. Okay.
.org. And I was actually watching this on BBC News this morning. They were talking about how the oceans have never been warmer. Ever since they've been recording ocean temperature, 2023 and so far 2024 have been off the charts when it comes to the temperature of the ocean. This is very bad news for a lot of reasons. Marine life, storms whip up, crap like that.
Okay.
A team of oceanographers and planetary scientists at the Ocean University of China, working with a pair of colleagues from the U.S. and one in Germany, has found via computer modeling that recent heat waves in the North Pacific may be due to a large reduction in aerosols emitted by factories in China. So here's the story. And I'm going to sum it up in my stupid version here.
Okay.
Over the last 10 years, the Chinese government has said, we're going to cut down on the use of aerosols being thrown up in the air from our factories.
Okay.
Okay?
Seems like a good idea.
It is a good idea. We always heard when we were kids, even like the aerosol cans, it's bad for the ozone layer.
Yeah.
Right? And so American factories have had restrictions on aerosols for a long time. China is still playing catch up when it comes to emissions. And so they decided 10 years ago, we're going to stop using these aerosols. They're still pumping out smoke and bad crap up there.
Yeah, but the aerosols, the hole in the ozone layer was a thing, right? They talked about how you're damaging the ozone layer with aerosols, and that's not good.
Yes. So they were thinking, hey, we're doing something good by cutting out our aerosols. We're going to catch up to the rest of the globe. Well, looks like these scientists think that this actually is contributing to temperatures rising in the Pacific Ocean. And here's why. The aerosol particles, when they're in the air, kind of act as mirrors. They would take the sun's rays and reflect them back into space. Okay?
Right.
But now that those aerosols aren't there anymore, the sun's rays come down and go right into the ocean, heating up the ocean.
Now that's interesting.
Well, yes. I mean, you have something bad. Like you get rid of something bad, thinking, well, this is good.
Right.
This is going to help the environment. Turns out the air is so clean, well, in theory, that the sun has no place else to go but down to the ocean, heating everything up and killing whales.
Now, I know that I think there should be two thoughts here. One is you said this was Chinese researchers who said, like people living in China, working in China, presumably
Ocean University of China, working with a pair of colleagues from the U.S. and one in Germany.
Okay.
They published a paper in the Natural Academy of Sciences magazine.
Right. So a university possibly funded by the government of China saying, hey, guess what? Chinese factories, we should be pumping out more aerosol. It would actually help things.
Well,
I think it's possible that it's worth a grain of salt is all I'm saying.
Yeah, all right.
But also, this harkens back to something I remember as a kid, where I remember hearing that plastic bags were initially put out there as an alternative. Now, maybe this is wrong, but I remember hearing that they were an alternative to the damaging of our forests paper bags,
right?
Which we're cutting down trees, we're making all these paper bags. That's not good.
There was a time you asked for a paper bag, they looked at you like, why do you hate trees?
Yeah. Why do you hate the environment?
Take this plastic.
Have some plastic. Right. But then, and the idea was that the plastic bags, you can recycle them by using them over and over and over again.
But you don't.
Most people don't.
Yeah, you throw them away.
And what happens to them once they're thrown away? It takes 1,000 years to break them down, and they end up in everything from ocean water to your landfill to everything. It's not great, right? So now there's been a push to go away from the plastic and either go back to, now what do a lot of stores do? In places where they've banned plastic bags, what can you do? You can either buy paper bags from them for 5 cents a piece, or you bring your own reusable bags. But now paper bags are seen as a environmental alternative to horrible plastic bags. So science does often have to go in waves to eventually get to a better conclusion.
Well,
so I'm saying it could be very possible that these scientists, exactly what they're saying is happening, and we didn't see that coming because we didn't know what would happen when you got rid of the aerosols.
Things are constantly changing, and research changes it. Our perspective changes, but I've long thought, that's not to say we shouldn't do what we can when it cut down on pollution and try not to be irresponsible, but the real answer to us saving our ass on this planet is going to be the technology that we come up with.
Probably. Right?
It's just, and maybe they see something like this, like, oh, all right, these aerosol particles are reflecting the light back to space. Now, can we come up with an aerosol particle that won't put a hole in the ozone layer and can still reflect this light back up into space? Let's get our top men working on that right now.
Yeah, physics is an odd, weird beast that I know very little about. So I should probably take heed of whatever the scientists are saying there.
I just find it very interesting. Things you thought you knew, and then your brain leaks out of your ear.
Dude, I am a fan of, as we've talked about on the show, if you tell me there's a book or a podcast or something I can read that will give me info that will make me rethink everything I thought about the world, I embrace that.
Aaron Rodgers says, I have some literature for you.
Right. Well, again, I don't think everything Aaron Rodgers is for, I'm against or anything like that. Aaron Rodgers believes in the magical healing properties of ayahuasca and psychedelic drugs, different things like that. There are people who say there is at least something to that.
You know who says that?
Who's that?
Commencement guy at OSU this weekend.
By the way, did you see the report out there?
No.
Okay, there's a report from DJ Burns. I believe his website is called The Rooster. DJ Burns, if you are a longtime 11 Warriors fan, he used to write for that website. He also, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the first people to have images of Urban Meyer hanging out at Urban Meyer's Pint House with someone who was not Shelley Meyer, shall we say.
Also just helped NC State get to the Final Four, didn't he? DJ Burns?
Yeah,
man, he's
right.
really talented.
He's really talented.
He's taking butt crack massage pictures of Urban and playing basketball.
Right. So he had a report from, now he says, someone that he talked to, a source, unnamed, of course, for anonymity purposes, not authorized to speak on this issue, but someone reached out to him and claims they are on the committee that selects who speaks at commencement. The guy they had was this
Christopher Pan.
Christopher Pan, that's right.
Who was a charlatan.
Well, we even said at the time, we said, no one's ever heard of this guy. This seems like a weird decision.
Very, very weird.
Well, someone from the selection committee that decides who's going to speak at this event has now come forward. And they are claiming that what occurred there was they start out with a list of, 80 or 90 people.
Did I make the top 80?
You know what? It didn't have a comprehensive summation of who all was on it.
I should make the top 80.
I don't think you should.
I'm not saying I should be the guy, okay? But I should be in the top 80.
Okay. To be clear, in this article, he is quoting someone who's on this committee, and they said, look, we instantly weed out people we think are going to be too controversial, too political, too whatever. But for example, they said on the initial list, Donald Trump is on there, Kamala Harris was on there, on and on and on. Celebrities, right? Said that Kirk Herbstreit's on the list about every year. And there was an actual quote in this article that said, Kirk Herbstreit is on the list despite the fact that the committee chair can't pronounce his last name.
Can't pronounce his last name.
And that some of the faculty on the committee say they've never heard of him.
Look, there's plenty of reasons why you don't want him to be your commencement speaker. Reason number one being he's a giant douche.
Right.
But how is Herbstreit hard to say?
Well, maybe they just didn't know.
Just phonetically spell it out on a card.
Fair enough. He's been there quite a bit. Either way, the point here is, so they whittle this list down to about 10 people. Then they submit the list to the president. And the president can ultimately decide, yeah, I like one of these selections. I'll pick this person. Or what apparently happened, according to this report.
Well, did he go rogue?
Is that he ignored all the people on the list and just picked this guy.
Did he take Johnny Manziel in the first round?
It sounds like it. Pick someone that he thought would be a great speaker. And this is the guy that now everyone is writing about as being an idiot.
Ted Carter, you're an idiot.
If that's what happened.
If that's what happened and you pick this guy, you're an idiot.
Now, again, I don't know. This is a report. Take it for what it's worth. But what I will say is if that occurred, then that is not a good sign. That at Ohio State, you showed up, you've been here for 6 months or less, and you were instantly like, yeah, all these people who work here have been here, a big part of this community. I have no ties to Ohio State. They've told me these are people that would be popular and good for a commencement address at spring graduation. I get what you're saying. I'm Ted Carter. My nickname's Slapshot. I'm doing what I want. That seems like a not great way to ingratiate yourself initially to the Ohio State community.
By the way, this guy, Christopher Pan, who was talking about Bitcoin and all this other stuff there. And again, you want to invest in Bitcoin, more power to you.
Go right ahead.
People have made money. I hope you make money. To include that as part of a speech to graduates, like this is what you should be doing when most of these people are walking out with crippling student debt,
yeah,
I think is ridiculous.
Seems a bit tone deaf.
But he said he actually was on ayahuasca when he wrote his speech.
Sure,
He said that.
He's, in fact, like, there are lots of people who are touting that as like, wow, isn't that great? And you know what? I don't know. I've never done ayahuasca. I don't know what it does to you. What I'm saying, though, is this decision has been panned. It's getting written about nationally now. People are catching on to this speech and saying, this is embarrassing for Ohio State.
It sucked.
Yes,
This is Ohio State.
He led them in a sing-along. Like, what?
This guy's like a cult leader. Like, I'm sure the president heard him like on one of his TED Talks and got it chubby.
Dude,
this will be great.
I do not understand the fascination with weird guys who are like, yeah, it's a little unorthodox, but I'm going to take my shirt off and ask everybody to stand up and sing along to a children's song. And it's like very powerful, influential people look at that and go, yes, this is the leadership I need.
I don't get
it's
it,
like,
man.
I mean, dude, no, maybe you don't. Maybe this guy, he actually said, this Chris Pan, he said, when I got the email, I thought I was being punked. I thought I was being pranked. I did not.
Because he didn't think he was worthy.
Yes, because you're not. Because even he knew this is bizarre that they're calling me up to ask me to speak at Ohio State for the commencement address, and he was right.
All right, Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
bad day for
Sorry.
Sasquatch. That's all right. It's my fault, too. That's coming up next. We got talking about Ted Carter and aerosols and dying whales.
And ayahuasca.
Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch for an accident on the left shoulder of eastbound 70 on the east side at James Road. Police are on scene there. And we have another accident on southbound 315's off-ramp to 670 East to watch out for. This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, cool off with their new Summer Blizzard treat menu. Try new Picnic Peach Cobbler or snag a perfect beach treat like their new Peanut Butter Cookie Dough Party. The new Summer Blizzard treat menu is one you won't want to miss. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man here for Diamonds Direct. Hey, Mother's Day is coming. Don't forget, make this a memorable year for the mom in your life with a gift from Diamonds Direct. When you hear Diamonds Direct, you probably think engagement rings, but they have an awesome selection of fashion jewelry, including pearls, gemstones, and diamonds starting at just $200. $200. And you know what else? $200 at Diamonds Direct? Looks like you spent way more. The experts at Diamonds Direct will help you pick out a gift that's personal, timeless, and sentimental. Here's a pro tip from me to you. For mom, it's not about the jewelry. It's about what the jewelry symbolizes. So maybe it's a necklace with an initial on it or a birthstone. Those are not going to break the bank. And now is the perfect time to shop those styles at Diamonds Direct for the best quality price and the best possible shopping experience. There is no better choice than Diamonds Direct. Go see them on Polaris Parkway, right in front of Polaris Fashion Place, diamondsdirect.com. And for all you moms out there, happy Mother's Day. And don't forget to tell them Common Man sent you.
Hey guys, let's talk game. We watch the games, we talk about the games, but how's your game? Testosterone therapy can help you get back to your best. And there's no better time to get started than this spring. I recommend Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. At Low T Center, they'll make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and get your results in about 25 minutes. So if you often feel tired, noticing weight gain and loss of muscle mass, you may have low T levels. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
FC Series presents Premier League giants Manchester City versus Chelsea. Don't miss the chance to see these great teams live at Ohio Stadium. Get your tickets now at fcseries.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and if you've been battling some joint issues, I want to tell you about something that can change your life. It can make you feel better and get you out moving again. It's QC Kinetics. You see, QC Kinetics, they're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. Well, what does that mean? They're going to use your own body's biologics to help heal you in different areas. The areas that are hurting, the knees, the backs, the hips, the shoulders, they can help improve that without surgeries, without pills, and without downtime. They will improve the pain and get you moving and feeling good again. My dad was a patient there. I've been a patient there. We've been able to move around. It's helped him walk more. It's helped me get back on the track and start running again so I can do the stuff I want to do and pretend that I'm still 20 years old. So take action now and go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call for a free consult at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544, and take back your life this spring and be active as you want this summer.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A bit of sunshine, breezy and warm on this Wednesday. Temperatures running around 80 degrees. An isolated shower and possible rumble of thunder later on this evening into tonight will fall all the way back down to the low 60s by Thursday morning. And after a couple of morning showers, a few scattered late-day showers and thunderstorms possible Thursday. High temperatures in the low 70s. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Objects in radio may be dumber than they appear. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Wednesday. It is Wildcard Wednesday. All right, let's get to Sasquatch now. Zach Edey of Purdue fame threw out the first pitch at the Cubs-Padres game at Wrigley yesterday. This is the radio, so we can't share it with you, but I will tell you it was not good. Just a bit outside.
I think it hit the left-handed batter's box, maybe the edge of it on its way to the backstop. It was not even close.
No, it's terrible. And I also don't understand why they have the mascot out there catching. Put a real person back. It's got to be distracting just to see a big giant rat, or whatever their mascot is.
The Cubs have a bear because they are the Cubs.
Big giant rat.
Bears are Cubs.
It's a rat.
I believe they have Cubs. That's what their babies are called. I will say with Zach Edey, I could be wrong on this, but I know he was a hockey player. I am also fairly certain at one point he was a pitcher. That was one of the other sports he played was baseball.
He was nerves got the best of him.
He was a tall guy. He obviously, is very athletic. It would not be surprising if someone said, you might be good at pitching because he has, the tall frame and all that. And then clearly basketball became where he had to go.
Once upon a time, this is at old Cooper Stadium. I threw out the first pitch.
Okay.
And I was nervous, but I made the determination I was going to throw from the mound. All right. Not going to be one of these front of the grass, edge of the grass type of throws. I'm throwing from the mound. I don't remember the minor leaguer that they had catching, but he was somebody on the roster who wasn't playing that day. And I one-hopped it, but I contend to this day I only one-hopped it because he trapped it on purpose to make me look like an idiot. He could have put his glove out there, caught it on the fly.
Oh, really?
Yes, instead he let it come to him, and one hop very easily would have been a little low in the zone, but still not a bouncer.
Wouldn't have done that in a game. Wouldn't have
He
let it
showed
come to him.
me up. Showed me up.
Look at you. I didn't know you had a grudge.
I forget the dude's name. I hope he falls down wherever he is.
I don't think I've ever done a ceremonial first pitch.
Well, we're going to make that happen now.
I don't
Clippers have a long season.
No. I don't have a desire to do that. That's not because I don't like the Clippers or anything. I just don't have a desire to go out there and do a ceremonial first pitch. It's not I know my limits.
I also took batting practice out there at Old Cooper Stadium.
Did you?
You ever go to the bowels of Cooper Stadium towards the end?
It
smelled like bowels.
I don't think I did. I remember as a kid, I got to, when I was 6 in T-ball, we played a game on the field, but it was just in the outfield. They had 2 or 3 games going at a time, so kids could say,
what year?
You played a game. I don't know. I was 6, so it would be 88.
They had artificial turf probably, right?
They did.
Yeah.
It was smoking hot. I thought my cleats were going to melt.
Yeah.
It would to bend down and touch it. It felt like
I don't know how dudes played on that.
It felt like asphalt. It was so hot. Yeah. But I remember then we got to walk in the dugout, and I just could not understand how that was what these ball players I looked up. I said, this is what a dugout looks like? This is gross. And it wasn't I'm not saying it because it was bad. It was just, it had cups and gum and, stuff was just all kind of all over the place. This was almost 40 years ago, 35 years ago, but it was not great then. So I can't imagine at the end, before they moved into Huntington Park, how great it was. Probably wasn't much better.
Wildcard Wednesday.
This one is from Dave Kwan, who says, my guys, if you could have grown up in a different decade, which one would you have liked to grow up in? I think we have to establish which decades each of us grew up in. Because I was born in 82, but I feel like I grew up in the 90s. Don't you? Do you feel like you grew up in the 90s?
I consider myself a 90s kid.
Yeah. And you're about the same age as me.
I'm 44 years old, so I consider myself to be a 90s kid.
Yeah. But, I mean, I would actually probably pick growing up, in the 2010s. 2010, 2020 would be the decade I would like to have come of age in.
I couldn't pick a time that doesn't have air conditioning. The prospect, there's part of me, it's hey, families moving out to the suburbs in the 50s. That seems like a nice time. The American dream really being established for the first time, and, the whole neighborhood coming out when somebody gets a new Chevy. That just sounds like fun. And then I have the thought of just going to sleep in a really hot room.
Yes.
And I can't handle that.
Yeah. No, I mean, genuinely, because I initially thought going backwards in time, but why would I want fewer amenities from what I had growing up? I would want at least what I had, if not more. So if I grew up 2010 to 2020, 1, I would be much younger. But 2, I would have grown up with the internet fully established. All this stuff would have already been there. So I never would have had to look in an encyclopedia. We had Encyclopedia Britannicas in our house. We had a giant shelf full of books. And they're useless. I mean, they're not useless, but
I make Samantha read them.
They had to update these things every few years because new information has come to light, like the aerosols we just learned about today, right? They got to put new stuff in there. So if you got the wrong edition...
I don't have the updated ones either. She keeps asking me about the USSR.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Don't worry about it, honey.
Yeah. My point is, growing up in 2010s, also a lot of music that I enjoy started being made. I would have, all that stuff would have been new to me, but I would have been in the era of,
I'm with you.
So let's go. This one is from Annie Hockhausen. Says, my guys. This one is for Bone. With all the talk about the crew players who could potentially be transferred before the end of the season due to their talent, what do you think it will take? What do you think it will take for Major League Soccer to be considered one of the elite leagues in the world? I did not expect a serious question there from Annie Hockhausen, but salary cap, remove that. No other league that is a top 5 league in the world tells you how much money you can spend. They have some rules.
Although the English soccer, the English Premier League, they are toying with the idea of a salary cap.
Yeah, they currently in Europe, they have these things called fair play rules, which have to do with the amount of money you spend has to be tied to the amount of money that your club actually brings in. You can't go into debt, but those are so loose. They're nothing compared to a salary cap in MLS.
Because who's in debt in the Spanish league?
Name your team. But the biggest one is Barcelona.
Barcelona, that's what I was talking about, where they can't pay their bills.
No, that's why Lionel Messi is partially why he's in MLS. He wanted to go back to Barcelona. They were told by the league, you cannot spend the money it would cost to bring him here. So then and that's where he started. He was playing at PSG. He then said, all right, well, if I can't go there, I'm going to Miami, where I'm going to get like part of the Apple TV deal for MLS and a whole bunch of other, stuff, as well as going to America, getting to build your brand
By
here.
the way, speaking of finally stepping up to the big time, I saw the WNBA, their season starts up next week. They are actually going to be chartering flights for the teams this season.
That
is a requirement. I didn't know that they weren't.
No, I didn't either.
But now they actually have to fly private.
You know what? This sucks. I'm glad they're doing it now. But think about how many of those teams are actually owned by NBA team owners or pro sport team owners.
For a long time, Major League Soccer didn't do that either.
You're exactly right. And they should have been shamed into it. And I'm glad they're starting to change that, because now the money is changing in those sports. And obviously in the WNBA, we've seen the college game getting much more attention. The WNBA is going to continue to grow as well. Good for them, but it should have happened earlier.
Name dropping with Jeffrey Rimmer coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch out for an accident blocking the left lane and causing a 15-minute slowdown on eastbound 270 on the South Outer Belt after 23. And there's a 25-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between Livingston Avenue and Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Cravings Value menu is a big deal, or rather, it's 10 big deals. From new items like the loaded nachos to familiar favorites like the spicy potato soft taco. Check it out at a participating Taco Bell today. Available for a limited time only while supplies last. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member? For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
Big things are happening on the east side.
We're ready to deal. Come negotiate during May's Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda. Lower payments, better financing, more value for any trade. Take up to $3,000 off new Honda CR-Vs, up to $5,000 off pilots. We'll work hard to get you a payment you can afford. Now, during May Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
The standing room only, with all eyes on the 18th green.
There was some speed to this.
The sudden roars.
Gauged it just right.
That Sunday celebration.
From Oslo to Ohio, Victor Hovland is the champion.
It's better live. Join us at the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday, June 3rd through 9th. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply. Greener, greener, better.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll chat with local pro Wyatt Worthington, qualified for next week's PGA Championship, plus SI.com's Gary Van Sickle.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick, presented by X-Golf. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
If your garage door is so ugly that hanging a picture of your mother-in-law on it would actually make it look better, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers
crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the playoff action is here. And there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game, you've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you're about to get engaged or ready to walk down the aisle, your true love deserves a true jeweler, the Diamond Seller. As a true jeweler, we not only have designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. Visit the Diamond Seller today.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone's Name Drop with the biggest name dropper of them all, the CBJ's Jeff Remmer.
Sponsored by Byers Imports, Hamilton Road by the airport.
He is our retired buddy. Jeff Rimmer joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Hello, Rims.
Good afternoon, and you're not quite accurate with that statement.
Why?
I'm not totally retired. I'm going to be a regular on this show.
Well, this isn't work for you. This is pleasure, right?
Well, it is, but I still, as I said to you here in previous weeks, I'll always remain a Columbus Blue Jacket, and I plan on visiting. I plan on being around and helping the team in any way, shape, or form. So it won't be a retirement where I'm sitting on the couch and watching television on a daily basis. I will still be involved doing some things.
All right. Are you
you're allowed to do that, though, Rims.
Are you at least enjoying yourself a little bit, Rims?
Am I what?
Are you enjoying yourself?
Asking, am I enjoying myself?
Yes.
Well, again, this is the time that I usually spend in Florida, the off season. I think where it will really come into effect is when the Blue Jackets start training camp, and I may or may not be there. I mean, we won't televise the first game, or at least the Blue Jackets won't, until the early days of October. So for all intents and purposes, this is not unlike any other offseason for me.
Who are they going to hire to do your job?
Well, you would have to ask management there. I can't answer that question.
They're not asking you to look at some tape or your recommendation? None of that?
Well, put it this way. I've given them my thoughts on what they should be looking for, but ultimately it's their decision, and I'm sure they'll make the right one.
When are they going to hire a GM?
Next question.
Wow.
I think that I think we're getting close, or closer. I shouldn't say close. Closer. Obviously, they want to make the decision as early as possible. And as I said last week, some teams would fall by the wayside, and indeed they did. We're now into round 2, and I suspect there may still be some people that they would like to talk to that are still involved in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So I'm sure they're doing their due diligence, and I would suspect here sooner than later. But as I explained on an earlier national show today, the fact is the scouts are responsible for the draft. And yesterday we had the lottery. I was hopeful that the Blue Jackets might win the lottery for the first time in franchise history. They have had one time when Doug McClain traded to move up from third to first, and they selected Rick Nash. But I really had a feeling that maybe this was the year that they won ultimately the first pick in the draft. It didn't happen, and there'll be no celebration for Celebrini. But the fact of the matter is they still have the fourth best pick. But back to the original question, the draft obviously is of importance, and the Jacket Scouts have been working all season long in that regard.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer right here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. So, Rims, one more thought on the hiring process before we get to the draft lottery and all that. They obviously, I'm guessing, are waiting to hire their GM before they decide what to do with the head coaching situation in Pascal Vincent. Am I wrong in reading it that way? And am I wrong in saying that it seems like the longer it takes to hire a GM, the more likely it could be that Pascal Vincent returns next year?
Well, I've talked to Pascal about this on numerous occasions, both before the end of the season, down the stretch, and even since the season ended. And he's well aware, and he certainly understands the new general manager is going to come in and ultimately make the moves that he wants to make. And obviously, it's not the best case scenario for Pascal Vincent, but he certainly understands. I don't think it has a bearing on whether or not he stays with regards to how long it takes to hire a general manager. Ultimately, that decision will take place once the GM is hired, and it will be his decision and his alone.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer, brought to you by Rimmer's Friends, Buyers Imports by the airport. You want to talk about your friends, Rims?
I did, in fact, talk to a general manager today, and it was the general managers of Buyers Imports by the airport, Kevin Kuhn, who I continue to talk to here on, almost a daily basis. And he informs me there are some new automobiles in the collection, pre-owned, late model, pristine cars that are ready for delivery. That said, of course, we talk on a weekly basis about the Porsches, and there's a good selection of Macans on hand right now, both new and pre-owned. The Audi dealership is just full of brand new 2024 Audis, whatever the car that you're looking for, and there's certainly a great selection there on the different models, etc. Subaru, always fully stocked in colors and different models and options that are available to you. So I would suggest strongly you head to Buyers Imports by the airport. The sooner the better.
Macklin Celebrini is going to be the number one pick in the draft. The Sharks won the draft lottery. What are you hearing about the ceiling of Celebrini?
Well, it's an interesting question there, Mike, because talking to some scouts about Celebrini, and this is probably one of the reasons why I was kind of hoping that the Jackets might win the lottery. He is an exceptional player, and comparisons are being made not to Connor McDavid or even Connor Bedard, but Celebrini is right now, if you want to make a comparison based on scouts that I've talked to, it is Sidney Crosby. Not too bad. He is a player that is along the likes of Sidney, who draws his teammates into the game and certainly leads by example. Had an outstanding season again this year. I'm kind of disappointed he's not up for the MVP. He certainly deserves consideration, getting Pittsburgh, who has struggled most of the season, right involved in the playoff hunt until the final week of the season. So Celebrini is being compared to Sidney Crosby, and he certainly had an exceptional season. He's also the first ever. How about this? And I know T-Bone always is interested in facts and figures. He is the first ever number one overall pick that was actually a Hobie Baker winner. How about that?
Wow.
Never before has a Hobie Baker winner finished number one and selected number one in the upcoming draft. And by virtue of San Jose winning that draft last night, the draft went according to Hoyle, and nobody changed any places. So the Jackets select fourth, and San Jose will get that first pick. Celebrini, by the way, played for the junior Jackets. His dad is an integral part of the Golden State Warriors. They moved from Vancouver, where he played his minor hockey, to the Golden State, so he could continue working in sports. He previously worked for the Vancouver Canucks. Quite a story there.
Okay. Well, let me.
Chock full of information.
I love it. I'm actually stunned by all the facts. I didn't know that he moved to, as you put it, the Golden State. I assume he moved to
California, my friend.
He moved to the Bay Area. All right, gotcha. Let me ask you this. I know we don't know who the Jackets are going to take, obviously. We don't even know who the GM is. But like you said, scouts make the picks. What would Rimmer like to see? Not as far as a player, but just a type of player. What are you looking for the Jackets to make? A centerman, a wing, someone in the defenseman on the blue line? What do you want to see them do with that fourth pick?
As you'll hear every general manager in any sport say, you want the best available player. But let me throw a curveball at you, T-Bone.
Okay.
What if the Blue Jackets, and I'm told, okay, and again, I'm going by the scouts that I talked to here over the course of the regular season, and in particular, next year is going to be a much better year and a deeper year for the draft. The players that are available right now, there are a number of Russian defensemen. Defenseman is the name of the game this year in the draft. And do the Blue Jackets need potentially another defenseman? Do they need another European defenseman? Do they want to go for a homegrown Canadian or American-born, North American player? But what if, as I throw that curveball at you, they trade that number 4 pick for someone that could help them immediately? What's wrong with that?
I guess they're trading the pick then.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Keep an eye on it.
I guess they're trading the pick.
Keep an eye on it.
No. I'm just playing general manager.
That's what I asked you to do. That's fair. I asked you to do
trade
that.
the pick. I got it. Hey, any name dropping before we let you go?
Yes, I have one name to drop, and it's a familiar name, but there's a specific reason for it, and that's my good friend Michael Bublé, who I've talked to here in recent days. No, hey, the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, we haven't even talked about the Stanley Cup playoffs here specifically, but Vancouver and Edmonton, all Canadian series, and it should be a dandy. And Michael Bublé is the ultimate Vancouver fan, so he wanted to pick my brain on my thoughts. And as much as I like Connor McDavid and enjoy watching him play, one of the most exciting players that I've ever watched in my hockey history, 47 years in the NHL, I still would like to see Vancouver win this series, and that's because I've got some personal friends on the team. In the general manager or president of the team, Jimmy Rutherford, former GM in both Pittsburgh and Carolina. Rick Tocchet and I are pretty close, going back to my days in Washington. I guess I'm throwing some more names out. And your favorite player of all time, as a Columbus Blue Jacket, the former captain, Adam Foote. They're all part of that Vancouver team.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I was talking to my good friend Michael Bublé about the Canucks, and of course he.
The last time you were in Vancouver, it was your farewell trip to Vancouver. He said he was going to meet you, and he stiffed you.
Yeah.
So what are you still talking to him for?
Wait a second. He didn't stiff me. Something came up. He promised that if he didn't have another engagement, that he would make it.
Did you text him? Did you text him when you were in Vancouver?
I did.
Did he text you back while you were there?
No, he did not.
He ghosted you.
That's the definition of stiffing you, Rims. When he's like, "Hey, I had something else more important to do.
Wait a second.
Otherwise, I'd hang out with you."
Hey, who was the first of the several people to respond to requests by the Blue Jackets to provide a commentary and best wishes to Jeff Rimmer in retirement? It was Michael Bublé. You saw it on the video board on more than one occasion here as the Jackets played down the stretch. So, yeah, I mean.
Right. And on more than one occasion, he stiffed you. We got to go. We'll see you next week.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I love how he says occasion.
Occasion.
I love the Canadian occasion.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Back page coming up. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
We've got an accident blocking the left lane on westbound 270 on the west outer belt between 62 and Georgesville Road, causing a 15-minute delay there. Emergency crews are on scene. And there's another accident blocking the left lane on eastbound 270 on the south outer belt after 23. It will be stop and go from 71, and it's a 15-minute slowdown there as well. We have slow traffic on northbound 71 on the north side between 17th Avenue and Cook Road. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Safe Auto Insurance is now Direct Auto Insurance. New name, same low down payments. Go to directauto.com for a free quote. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Guys, let's talk game. Our team has some promising new recruits to watch this fall. But how's your game? Testosterone therapy can help you get back to your best. And there's no better time to start than the spring. I recommend Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. At Low T Center, they make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and you get your results in about 25 minutes. If you often feel tired, notice weight gain and loss of muscle mass, you may have low T levels. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
There's a little slice of heaven in a country road's escape. Pure perfection in the form of uncrowded nature. Over 1.5 million acres of parks and public lands. From mountain biking to stargazing. Churning white water to quiet trout streams far off the grid. Almost heaven is down to earth in West Virginia. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
The winds are changing.
Everything's gone.
Hit after hit.
2 weather alert days back to back.
All new tomorrow. The summer's tornado threat may be higher than you know. Doppler 10 weather takes you into the storm.
People just need to be prepared.
To know why Ohio has seen record tornado numbers and could see even more.
It happens when you're least expecting it.
Be prepared, take shelter, and be aware of the rising threat. Tomorrow at 6 on 10 TV.
Jeopardy is on a hot streak with runaway games, high scores, and can't-miss moments.
I've always had nightmares about doing this, Ken. True Daily Double, please.
Oh, that's the spirit.
As this game heats up,
What is the secret of being a world-class Jeopardy player?
everyone's asking,
Could we be witnessing a new super champ in the making?
find out
All right, we got a tight game.
on Jeopardy!
Weeknights at 7 on 10 TV.
With spring ball behind us, we're officially gearing up for the most anticipated football season ever. Excited, nervous, terrified to your very core? Think of us as your emotional safe space. Always your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Most businesses have one tagline.
Not here, baby.
At Sunny Street Cafe, we've got 7.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like number 3.
Sunny Street Cafe. Classic breakfast and lunch. Comfort food. But like if Grandma went to culinary school?
With 8 locations.
We see it every day. A guy comes into the men's clinic and guess what? The pills quit working, or they're sick of the side effects. And you know what else we see? Guys not confident in their relationship. At Columbus Men's Clinic, we're the leaders in bedroom confidence. Understanding if you even need ED or low T treatment should be the first step. And the next should be choosing the treatment or treatment combination to build your confidence. Our urologist and physician group is offering professional, modern treatments with success rates as high as 92% and decades of experience. Our doctors are not going to send you an email with what might work for most people. We are results-driven. Concierge. You don't pay for medication, it's included, but you invest in the time it takes to get you where you want to be. We've built an experience with discretion that takes the worry out of going to the doctor. In fact, we've normalized it for guys all over Columbus. Come see our friendly team in Columbus and find out why we've been #1 in men's health for years. Get a consultation and low T blood work with results on your first visit for $99. Get your confidence back in the bedroom and beyond. Go to columbusmensclinic.com and book your appointment today. columbusmensclinic.com.
If your garage door is so old that it's got cave paintings and hieroglyphics drawn on the inside, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful clopay doors for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And now, through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,800 off BX23S tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by Bain Welker Equipment in Circleville for a test drive and see their full line of Kubota products. Or visit online at bain-welkerkubota.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. The fine host of the Buckeye Show. He's back from vacation. Your friend and mine, Timmy Hall.
Oh, you guys. Let's see if I remember how to still do this.
Okay.
4 days away from work, and it's like I need the training wheels back on.
Well, and then you came in today and got us all fired up.
Oh, you did.
Fired up.
No,
I didn't get you fired up.
No.
We've made some changes around here.
I didn't do anything.
Let me be clear. Let's help Timmy out. I asked questions I did not know the answers to. Tim answered them honestly, and then we both said, that's stupid, and yelled about something.
You guys were able to pry some sensitive information out of me.
If you missed that part of the show today, it's going to be on the podcast. If you don't subscribe to the podcast, we'll do it now. The podcast is sponsored by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. It's also Wildcard Wednesday.
So I have a couple I want to read, one of which is going to get a prize. The first one is not the one getting the prize, just so you know. Chip Dip, who we love, says, my guys, Common Man, does your wife ever do the cooking or baking? And if you asked her to cook something, what would she make?
No, she doesn't do the cooking. I do the cooking. She will do some baking projects with the kid.
Well, that was actually
cookies and whatnot
with Samantha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you're really good at baking. You brought in those cookies.
I do, but
they were fantastic.
I have no patience. So Samantha's like, can I crack the egg? And I'm like, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You're putting shells
that was actually,
in the bowl.
Kristen is much more Nice is
Right.
the word that we're looking for.
Oh, good job, Samantha.
Yes, exactly.
Not good job. Bad job.
Bonus question from Chip Dip. Have you started teaching your daughter the Common Man kitchen secrets? So obviously the answer is not yet.
Well, I do. We talk about it. And my daughter is obsessed with cooking.
Okay.
Like she makes up, you know how when you were a kid, when I was a kid,
she gets it from you.
I would fill out like my fantasy baseball lineups.
Yeah.
You know, and I just do that. She's writing down menus for restaurants she will one day have.
Mm-hmm.
She's naming restaurants. She's putting dishes on there. She's putting prices on there. And I told her, that's very good. You can do all of that. You can go to culinary school only after you go to business school so you can learn how to run the business.
Yeah,
and then go to
I think that's
culinary
probably
school.
important. Yeah, that's probably very important. Also, we do have a prize to give away from Pecan Pennies, the winner of Wildcard Wednesday's best question, I guess. It's a $50 gift card to Pecan Pennies. Pecan Pennies, your downtown home for barbecue, happy hour, and soccer. All things I enjoy. Chad is going to win this. Chad said, what is a pet peeve that your spouse does that if your coworker did it, you'd lose your mind?
Actually, you guys do the same thing. You always say, I need you to itch me, or
I know.
It's like you have an itch that you need to be scratched. You guys both eliminate the word scratch and just use itch for both. I have an itch. Can you itch it?
Or it's like I'm itching myself right now. And you're like, no, you're scratching yourself, you moron.
Yes.
Mine would probably, like, you would not do this, but my wife is the one there. If I leave a glass half drank sitting on a countertop.
Half drank?
Half drunk?
Drunk? Whatever.
Drank?
Half empty.
Yeah.
I have, let's say, poured a glass of something to drink.
Sure.
Like a glass of water. I'm not even saying like booze or anything. Glass of water, set it down on the counter, and then I go, oh, I need to go over here and do a task for like 5 minutes. I will come back, glass is gone. Like that's in the dishwasher. Why did you leave the glass there?
Yeah.
So that's something
was it on a coaster?
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't on the counter?
Yeah, it's on a coaster.
So
do you respect wood?
Her pet peeve.
Oh, I respect wood, Timmy.
Good.
I'm a big respecter of
Your
wood.
pet peeve on her is that she actually cleans up after you.
No.
And
It's
likes
that
it clean.
I'm not done with it yet. I know, like, if it was sitting there for 3 hours, totally,
I will say this is the one that gets me. You know, laundry leaves the washing machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's also this thing where almost every time, like 70% of the clothes leave the washing machine. Like, we don't have a dryer that's big enough to do the whole load. And so then what we will do is when the washer is totally empty, I'll start putting the dirty clothes in. It'll kind of it will act as the hamper for a little bit. If I'm going to do the load later that day, right?
Okay.
So a lot of times I'll be throwing dirty laundry in because I'll see clothes in there that I will assume are already dirty because there's only like 6 or 7 articles in there. I'm like, okay, there's some dirty clothes in there. She's like, no, those are wet and clean. I haven't dried them yet. I'm like, but you're already drying clothes. Like, this should be the next thing to go in. This needs to be washed and then dried. And when it's in the dryer, that's where they remain. They stay in the dryer.
They stay there to get all wrinkly.
They just, I'm like, honey, if you're not going to do the whole task, just don't even begin. I'll do it. You can't dry all the clothes and then leave them there for 24 hours. There's no worse feeling than when you go to that laundry room.
You can't get those wrinkles out.
And I open up that dryer and I just peek and then fill with clothes. Ah, dang it. And I just shut it and I run the thing again.
You can get those wrinkles. That's called an ironing board.
Yeah, I'm going to iron a whole load of clothes that could have been not wrinkled if they were just taken out and folded.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, back page.
The back page. The back page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone. Well, sad news to report today, and could have dedicated the show to this guy. Legendary. He didn't like to be called a producer. He liked to be called a sound engineer. Legendary sound engineer / producer Steve Albini passed away at the age of 61. Sadly had a heart attack apparently yesterday at his Chicago studio where he recorded some legendary albums. For example, Surfer Rosa, Pixies, one of their best albums. You might remember the song Where Is My Mind? It's the end song when you're watching Fight Club, that ending scene. That song that's playing is Pixies. It's off of Surfer Rosa. He recorded that album for them. He also did some albums for the Breeders, but the one probably most people are familiar with In Utero by Nirvana. They sought him out after those albums and said, that's what we want. He did their album. His line that he always said was, if it takes more than a week to record your record, someone has effed up. Anyway, gone too soon at 61. Go listen to some of his music and stuff that he produced.
Buckeye Show is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You're going to find slower traffic on westbound 70 on the west side between Central Avenue and Fisher Road, and expect a 15-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between Livingston Avenue and Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, cool off with their new summer blizzard treat menu. Try new picnic peach cobbler or snag a perfect beach treat like their new peanut butter cookie dough party. The new summer blizzard treat menu is one you won't want to miss. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
This is a Fan Action Update.
This action update is brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Some of Ohio State's look-ahead game lines this season are available. Ohio State's currently a 1.5-point favorite in the October 12th matchup with Oregon, minus 115 on the money line for the Buckeyes. The look-ahead line on Ohio State, Michigan is the Buckeyes, a 9.5-point favorite and minus 385 on the money line for your Tipico action update. I'm Scotty Vegas.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, as we get older, it's inevitable. There's going to be parts of your body that let you down. Sometimes it's your knees, sometimes it's your elbow. Maybe your back is hurting you a bit more than it used to. Maybe it's another part of your body that's letting you down. In the bedroom, let's say. And you need to get your confidence back. That's where my guys and my gals at Blue Chew step in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office. There's no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and the products shipped right to your door in a discreet package. And if you don't like swallowing pills, you don't have to. Blue Chew tablets are, of course, chewable. If you need to get your confidence back in the bedroom, visit BlueChew.com. Plus, I've got a special deal for you. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code BONE at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. BlueChew.com, promo code BONE, and you get to try Blue Chew for free, plus the $5 shipping. Just use promo code BONE at BlueChew.com.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day. Where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood. Where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long. And where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do the stuff outdoors you love, the stuff you want to do, the hiking, the running, the playing on the beach. It's being around friends and family. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. If you're tired of achy joints, you need to call my friends over at QC Kinetics before you agree to any risky surgeries or steroids or harmful medications. That's what tens of thousands of real-life patients around the country did, just like me with my knee. My dad did with his knee. Some of our friends and family who have done it with knees and shoulders and a variety of joints. They're out walking around now, enjoying the time outside. Or you could be like a guy like Chad, who wants to live life to the fullest, but his knees have been bothering him. He's been on pain meds forever. He went to crutches on his high school reunion, but that was before he found QC Kinetics, and now he's bouncing around like the pain is gone. And QC Kinetics has a national director in Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, who's been doing this for over 20 years. So go check him out at 614-208-4544. That's 614-208-4544.